Hey everybody, it's Jerry. It's Monday on Memorial Day. I'm going to try to clean my lens off here a little bit. Oh, there we go. Just got it out of my pocket. There's Robert. I'm going to add him in. Joseph, how are you doing? Robert Greene's going to join me here in a minute, so I'll wait on him to get in here, and we'll go from there. Robert, once you're here, go ahead and let me know that you're in the house, for lack of better words. Everybody else that's in there, I see I got a few viewers tonight. I don't know who's here. It's Memorial Day, the 25th of. Oh, okay. Robert will be back here in a minute. Just comment whenever you come back, Robert. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight on this Memorial Day. I know it's barbecue night for a lot of you. Hopefully you went and paid respects to loved ones, family members that have since passed on. With it being Memorial Day, I kind of wanted to come on here and share my thoughts and everything on Memorial Day. I know there's a lot of veterans that tune into this stuff. A lot of you guys are good friends of mine and everything. And down in the comments tonight, if you got something you want to say about Memorial Day and I want to memorialize somebody, type their name and their dates of service and everything else like that in there, and I'll make sure we give them recognition as they rightfully deserve. Well, there's one of my good friends from down in Texas. I see Hopkins is watching. Chad Shinenwolf. We got a handful of people tuning in here tonight. I'm somewhere on the sunny beaches of somewhere USA. Not really. I wish. Hopefully everybody's finding themselves well and healthy today, and everything's prosperous. I know a lot of you guys are still out here running the daylights out of livestock now that the processing facilities are back up. So trying to, we on the livestock side, we're trying to do our part to get everybody stocked back up, trying to get things back into the processing facilities so there's food on the shelves. And hats off to everybody out here right now that has busted their hump for the last 2 months during this virus epidemic, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. So big shout out to you guys for dealing with everything that's going on, and as well as dealing with all the garbage of a lot of the shippers and receivers claiming they don't have room on the docks, the shippers saying they don't have the product ready. I did run into a bit of a problem tonight. I couldn't believe it. Went to a Cracker Barrel just down the hill from the hotel I'm staying in tonight, and kind of caught me by surprise. They had everything on the menu except for fresh produce. So I guess we better be ready for that next thing there. All I did was ask for a simple salad. So I'm guessing, thanks to this whole thing out in California and in the Texas Valley and everything else, where a lot of our fresh produce and everything comes from, we're probably going to be running into that throughout the summer. Thankfully, there's an abundance of protein out there in the way of livestock. We'll just put it that way. And I see Chad Shinawolf's plugged in here right now. I know that they run the daylights out of hogs over, kind of all over the place, move a few cattle as well. So thank you guys for doing your part on that end of it, getting it in there. I'm trying to hold up my end of the deal, getting cattle in. So I'm going to bring Robert Greene on. He's back. He was talking to his other half, so I'm going to bring him in right now. I am trying to. Well, Robert, I can see you're there, but it's not letting me. I don't know what the deal is here. Hit add. Hey, Robert, request to come on, and I can bring you on. For some reason, it's not letting me do what I want to do. It's only showing a couple of viewers, so I turn it on for you to request. So go ahead and request to come on here, Robert, and I'll get you on here, unless there's a problem with good old face space again. Yeah, Robert, if you request to come on, you should be able to come on now. I'm not real sure what the deal is there. They've kind of changed things up on what we can and can't do here, so I'm only showing a couple of people that could bring on. I know Robert's down in probably down in Oklahoma right now, so Everybody give me a check-in where you're at, and I'll give you a shout-out. I'm sure most of you guys are on the road right now trying to maybe recuperate from a weekend or whatever. I didn't get much of one. There were cattle to feed and everything else. I wish I could get my wingman to come on with me, but he's not really wanting to come on. He'll be graduating here in another week and a half, so it's going to kind of jack up my week. So let me see if I can, let me try getting Robert here again. Try something else here. Robert, I am not having any luck as far as, I don't know if you're not there or what. You might have to turn your camera on because I'm not seeing anything there that you're able to come on. But anyway, well, things have been pretty hectic out here in the cattle world. Prices have jumped up, kind of, the facilities are starting to pay a little bit more. So the farmers are more apt to cut loose of some of their stock. Milk production, I know, was way off. Some of the big cooperatives, they had to cut back 15% of their milk production here the 1st of May, so that's a serious hit right there as well. It's kind of a sad deal. I know that beef prices, from what I saw, had bounced back. I'm not real sure what the hog prices are doing out there, so hopefully some of these farmers can recoup some of their losses. The dairy guys, it's a whole other ball game. For those of you that aren't really aware of it, the hog or the cattle world, if they dry a cow off and stop milking her to where she doesn't get infections or anything like that, as soon as they breed them back, it'll still take 9 months once the cow's bred to have a calf. And that cow's basically out of production for almost a year. So, I mean, it's kind of a lead time on milk, so probably come this time next year, there'll actually be a true milk shortage versus the stuff that was supposedly getting dumped. And I did a little bit of research for while things were kind of going on, dealing with a lot of the dairy farmers I deal with, as well as the guys hauling milk. And here in the beginning of this whole thing, when there was no milk in the grocery stores, once again, it was kind of the same thing as the meat and the toilet paper deal. There was plenty of milk, but there was no way to package the milk, for lack of better words, because if you look down at the trickle side of the back side of it, something I never really thought of in the beginning of it all, there was plenty of milk, but there's nowhere to go because, as you know, the schools and institutions and restaurants and stuff, most of the milk they use is 1% and a half pint, or not, yeah, 1% and skim milk is where most of that stuff ends up. It doesn't end up, most people don't buy that in the grocery store. So what had happened was schools and everything are out, institutions shut down, there's a big run on milk in the grocery stores. Well, the flip side of that is too, you don't think about the containers, because it's a different type of container, different size, different process, different line that fills all that kind of stuff up. So the lead time on plastics, it's a few weeks for them to make the food grade plastic, to get it to the injection mold people, to get the containers made, to ship it to the milk plants, to get it to the containers, to get it to the grocery store. I mean, if you really start breaking things down from the back end of it all, you could see where there would be a bit of a problem. It wasn't because the farmers were really dumping that much milk. Some of the guys I talked to, they supply some of the big name brands versus the co-ops. They actually said that the particular people they were supplying never dumped a gallon of milk as far as raw milk. On the back side of it, they were dumping skim milk and 1% milk, which if you really think about it, that's a byproduct after they pulled all the proteins and the fats and everything else out of it to make cheese, cottage cheese, sour cream, all that kind of stuff you see in the dairy containers. So there's the flip side of what kind of happened on the whole thing of it. And when they said they were dumping milk, the majority of the milk that was getting dumped was actually a byproduct that doesn't have a whole lot of nutritional value to it versus whole milk. So I just thought I'd throw my 2 cents worth in there, so people start screaming, well, why is everything like it is? Well, just be prepared for milk prices to go through the roof probably once things start getting back to normal, because a lot of the producers had to cut back 15%. So, based on what I described to you on how to, the way the cows work, hogs, I'm not real sure. I don't think it's more than about, what's it take, about 4 months, I think, to finish a hog out. And I think the gestation period on a hog is, oh, I don't know. I think it's like 90 days or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, but not trying to, let me see. I still can't bring Robert in here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if his camera's not on or what. So, I don't know. So I was just trying to throw in my 2 cents worth based on the little bit of education that I got. So, just thought I'd throw all that kind of good stuff. Yeah, Robert, I can see. It usually kicks mine too. So, we'll get something figured out. Maybe next week we'll get things ironed out. But anyway, kind of moving on to what I really wanted to talk about tonight was Memorial Day, being a veteran. I know a lot of you guys that are tuned in here are veterans, as well as have kids and everything that are currently serving right now. I think Joseph O'Neill, his son, just got back from Afghanistan, but he's on a 2-week quarantine, if I'm not mistaken. So they'll be reuniting, I think, somewhere around the middle of June. So look forward to it for James reuniting with his son. Hey, Robert's back here. Let me try something here. Well, yeah, I'm not real sure here. I could add anybody but Robert, it appears. Go figure. Can't get the icon up in the top here to say that he's on here. Otherwise, I'd bring him in. But anyway, Memorial Day and what it means to me. Having served multiple tours in the Persian Gulf and a lot of other hellholes that I deployed to over my 20-plus year career. And don't please, nobody say thank you or anything like that, because thank goodness. All right, let me see if I can figure out how to bring you on here, Robert. Just a minute. Yeah, now I don't even. Robert, maybe you can help me here and tell me how to. It doesn't show anywhere on how a request was made to come on, so I'm not real sure. Robert said, thank you for all your service, but I will say today is all about the brothers and sisters that we put in the grave did protect this great country. It's quite possible, Robert, they're putting you in FB jail here. One of these days I'm going to end up there with you. But anyway, through several of my tours in the Persian Gulf, I lost a few guys that I worked with and things like that, due to circumstances, and it's really eye-opening and things like that, plus it's eye-opening as far as on a personal level, because that person, you realize, not only did you lose somebody, but more importantly, their family. It doesn't matter if you're blood or not. Just like this industry, it hurts us, to know that one of our fellow. I don't know how to send you a request, Robert. Let me try. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about family and blood and everything else like that. We all shed blood together. We're willing to not only lay our life on the line for the guy next to us, but also for everybody that's back home and loved ones and perfect strangers that don't even know who we are. It's kind of like that saying, no greater love hath a man than willing to lay his life down for someone else. And that's really the way we all ought to live our life, not just in a spiritual sense, but be able to be out there for people that, actually need some support or whatever at one time. And those of you that know me real well, I try to do what I can for people, even if all it is a smile. And let me see, Robert. Still not getting this. We're going to have to play with this some more. Well, I am not gonna block you because those are the only options it's given me. I could, let's see, who have I got up here? Trying to figure out, based on the icons that are popped up here, who I could bring in. Hold on for a second. I got to figure out who this is. Chad Shinderwolf, are you still here? If you are, I can bring you in here because I believe you are a veteran yourself, if I remember correctly. Comment back if you are. I got three photo deals up here. Is all it's letting me see, so I'm not real sure what the hell the deal is. Let me try something else here, folks. Sorry. It's a work in progress trying to figure this daggone thing out. All right, we're going to give up on that deal with Robert. But anyway, you know, when you lose somebody that, you know, you're willing to just, well, I don't see, yeah, I see, wait a minute, let me see. See if I can find Clint, if he's still here. Hey, Clint, make a comment here, and I'll see if I can pull you up. I'm not sure. No, Blake Ashbaw's here, Chad's here, and then one other one. I see several others, but it's just the icons that are up in the corner. But anyway, it's a work in progress, as you guys know, with this stupid Facebook stuff. They can't leave nothing alone. But anyway, back to regular scheduled programming here. Anyway, having laid a few friends to rest, you know, I mean, it's not only is it the ones that have been killed in combat, but it's also our greatest generation guys, the guys that are Vietnam veterans. You know, we need to memorialize them on Memorial Day as well. It's not just about ones that lost their lives, finally, you know, succumb to age or whatever effects from being in combat. You know, we need to always remember that. That's why once a veteran, always a veteran and brother as well. So, you know, just because somebody lived to be 85 years old, but they fought for this country, you know, like a lot of the World War II guys are now gone. All the World War I veterans, I think, have finally passed. The Korean era guys and the Vietnam veterans, you know, they're starting to fall off now. And I know that even guys from the first Persian Gulf War, you know, it's starting to catch up with them. With us on age, I'm out of the same era, first Persian Gulf War as well as the second one. So we all we've all given some, and you know, I mean, that's what this is all about, paying tribute to all of our veterans that were combat veterans or not, that had served. You know, we memorialize our fallen. But remember, back in November 11th is actually when Veterans Day is. So, you know, the living and the active duty and all that, that's kind of their day. So, you know, kind of the way I look at it when it comes to that kind of stuff in Memorial Day, as well as you know, kind of help to teach and remind the younger generations about what Memorial Day is all about and what true selflessness really is. Because with today's era of the military, everything is, as you know, it's a 100% volunteer force. So, you know, not because they can't find jobs anywhere else. It's because that's what they decided they wanted to do. But anyway, anybody else want to throw an idea out here, something I need to talk about? I do need to give the Davy Crockett Travel Center a big shout out down at I think it's exit 36 on I-81 in Tennessee. They really do a lot to help support us and sponsor us as far as making all of this kind of stuff happen, as well as Jack's Chrome Shop up in Lafayette, Indiana. Make sure you give them a call for any kind of chrome that you need or anything like that, as well as any chrome and steel paraphernalia. And I think we're going to be doing something with them down the road with Pure Country Livestock as well. Start carrying some of that merchandise. Okay, Rod, we'll talk about lockdowns here in a minute. I gotta pay the bills here somehow. So make sure you give Jack's Chrome Shop a call. Look him up on there's Clint. I'm going to try to bring you in here, Clint. We'll go back to what I was talking about before. Just a second. Ain't this special? Unbelievable. Can't even do it that way. I must be in some kind of lockdown prison or something as well. But anyway, I was just trying to pay the bills there. I mentioned Jack's Chrome Shop up in Lafayette. Give Dave and the crew up there a call. They'll treat you really good on chrome accessories, lights, whatever you need. They can custom. I think they can pretty much order anything you want custom as well. So, and going back to the Davy Crockett, I had an ADD moment. Davy Crockett down there. Make sure you stop into the Davy Crockett TA. Full service truck stop. They got the Dunkin' Donuts, the Papa John's, and I think the Blue Plate Diner is open back up for your dining convenience. I know there's nothing better than diner food, so make sure you stop in there. Tell them Chrome and Steel Radio sent you to stop in there. You can also get Bill Weaver's re-released #1 album, CD, whatever you want to call it. Every Mile I Drive. It was remastered. It's actually off the hook right now, and I believe Davy Crockett is carrying all of Bill's CDs. If you go to BillWeaverMusic.com, go to BillWeaverMusic.com. He's also got a lot of T-shirts that he had ordered for Mats and Gats, and he's trying to move that kind of stuff. So log in there and get yourself some. I know he's got some pretty cool T-shirts. I know he's got a Bullhaulin one for his big song, Bullhaulin. So make sure you give them a call. And also, if you guys are out there looking for freight, give Matthew Kane a call at Right Load out in Pennsylvania. It's Right Load, RITE Load, LOAD.com. He runs a pretty square deal as far as a load board. He's not acting as a broker. He's trying to match people up with the right kind of freight as well as the right rates. He runs a pretty tight ship. I know if you get hooked up with him, you got to supply all your insurance information, operating authority, and all that kind of stuff, just like you would do if you're getting set up with a new carrier or a customer. But from what I understand, he's very, very reasonable as far as his price per load. A lot of places will charge $75 to $100 to book a load through them. So go check out Matthew. I can't put an exact number on it, but from what I understand, I believe it was $29 is all he's charging for you to book a load through his deal. So it's rightload.com, RITELOAD.com. Joseph O'Neill actually said he's top shelf as well. So get a chance, give them a shot. Give them a shout if you're looking for some freight or go in and kind of look around at what they got. I know he's trying to expand things he's got going on. He's got good. Joseph just said it's $27 a load is all he charges. So he's trying to do things on volume, not trying to make a killing. That way you can keep as much money in the pocket as you can. So call Right Load and get yourself set up with them. Matthew came on to help us out here as well. And once we get some other kinks straightened out in this good old chain, we're going to start giving away some goodies, some T-shirts, some hoodies, and some ball caps that are actually going to be from Pure Country Livestock Association. So kind of worked out a deal. Dave Coleman has got something set up. Okay, Robert Greene says $29 a load. Joseph O'Neill is saying $27. Don't get into an argument. Don't start swinging fists or nothing. Just give Matthew a call out there, Right Load, and get to the bottom of it. So it was there. I gotta bust Robert and Joseph's chops. But anyway, going back to the T-shirts and hats. Once we get everything kind of set up, we're going to try to get some things going and start giving away a few things here. We're going to start out with Pure Country Livestock garb like that, and then trying to help out that 501c3. They've got a boatload of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and everything like that they had accumulated just like everybody else did until the virus hit. And everybody had to pull out of mats, which we're looking forward to next year. Hopefully we don't have another round of this, which I really doubt we will by that point. But anyway, one of the guys here a minute ago, I'm going to give him let's see, Rod Smith, and welcome aboard. You wanted to talk about lockdowns. The only good thing I can see that come out of the lockdowns is there were nobody on the roads. I spent a lot of time out on the East Coast, and it's really nice not having to deal with these yo-yos that think they can drive. Now they're all out of lockdown. I was talking to Robert Greene here earlier today, and he was loving life around Dallas. I know it was raining to beat the band down there, and he said there were cars bouncing off walls and everything else. So I guess they figured, well, there's nobody on the roads, we can just drive however the hell we want to. Well, it didn't quite work that way. I was fortunate for the last 2 months that I wasn't having to deal with a lot of traffic. I spent a lot of time on the Pennsylvania Turnpike and what have you. There you go, non-essential drivers, that's it. That was the word I was looking for. Thanks, Rod. Kind of nice when I guess you're considered essential, like most of us are out here in the trucking world, until the rates just absolutely went to hell. But you know, hats off to everybody that stuck it out, put up with all the garbage and everything else. But it was just really nice being able to get out and get the job done, mind your P's and Q's, not having to worry about scale houses, DOT, and everything else. I know Ohio lasted about 2 weeks with their scale houses closed down, and they went back into full business again, and DOT was out harassing everybody and everything else. So we welcome the DOT back. I just wish they'd go after passenger vehicles and the non-essential people that think they're essential now. So we'll leave that kind of right there. That's exactly right. The infrastructure never shuts down. Thank goodness for you guys too. You know, I mean, I always talk about the guys pulling chemicals and the guys hauling livestock and the guys pulling reefers and vans and flatbeds, and forgot about the guys pulling dump trailer. You know, you take everybody for granted on what they do. You know, that's, for lack of better words, guys like Rod are the foundation of this country, I guess would be a good way to put it. They're laying the foundation down for the road. And it's not guys like that, it's not their fault that the roads are in the shape they're in. It's the knucklehead engineers and the environment. Pardon me for that one. That was a call there that I can decline. Thank goodness for something that actually works with this technology. So, but anyway, back to what I was saying. You know, just I appreciate everybody that's been out here hustling and keeping everything done. You know, we were essential the first 2 or 3 weeks until stores started getting stocked up, and then it was back to business as usual. We're the scourge of society in their eyes. Well, they better be thankful. They better be thankful that we're still out here doing what we do to keep the roads in good shape, to get the food to the stores, to get everything on what people would consider the back end, which is actually the front end, the pallets, the cardboard, everything else. Matthew, you're a little bit late. We just had a discussion about you and Right Load. Two guys actually got into an argument about the prices for your for what you charge per load. One guy said 27, one said 29, and they finally came to the conclusion that it's 30. So give me an actual number of what you're charging per load. I kind of described what you do out there at Right Load, so just throw it in there. We've done plugged in there. A lot of guys of very varying areas of what they do. So thanks a lot for tuning in. It was $27. You know what? I think James O'Neill is going to be the first recipient of a Pure Country Livestock Association ball cap. He had the number right, Matthew. I thought it was, so Robert Greene, sorry about your luck. What a great way to kick off the first giveaway here. Joseph, if you could send me your mailing address, and I will get it to the guys back at Chrome and Steel at the main office there in Lafayette, so we can get you a hat. Since you were right, and Matthew, it was actually getting kind of humorous. I thought they were going to go to Throwing Fist, over $2. Go figure. So it was there. Sometime, Matthew, I'm going to give you a call sometime, Matthew. I want to talk to you because I'm out in your neck of the woods on a regular basis. So anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in on this Memorial Day. I know you'd rather be sitting there probably drinking a cool adult beverage. I know that's what I would rather be doing, but I'm in Pennsylvania, like Matthew is. Liquor stores are closed. I really don't want to go into a gas station because of the wonderful, great ideas that some people have had. You've got to wear a mask, which everybody has their opinion on it. I have mine. You're right. We are looking forward, which is what we're doing. But one day, hopefully this fall, we'll be throwing a cruise in West Central Ohio, and we'll get the word out about that once we've kind of come down of a little bit of a lockdown. And if not, next spring when the election's over and whoever the president's going to be, when the virus is over, we will have a big throwdown party somewhere, and everybody's going to be invited. We're going to be it's some things that some of us have been tossing around, so, and I'm sure that there won't be a whole lot of complaints from anybody on anything like that, as far as a good just let your hair down and new family and new friends, for lack of better words. Matthew, let me know when you're going to do your truck show at the office up there. We'll make sure we get the word out there, because I believe you're just east of Harrisburg, or out in Willow Grove or something like that, right on the outskirts of Philly. If memory serves me right from what Robert told me, I'm not too awful far from you. So, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We're trying to get this thing back on track here with Bullhaulin BS. I've kind of been out of the loop here the last couple of weeks. We have been just gangbusters trying to do our part to get everything to the processing facilities on the cattle side of it. For those of you that don't know it, not only do I haul cattle, but I'm also a cattle buyer for a cattle company out of Ohio. It's been extremely busy for us, trying to do our part to get the front end supplied and keep it going, just like the Schinderwolf boys over there at, I forgot the name of their trucking company right now. But anyway, they pull primarily hogs. We're all in this. Never mind, I almost caught myself. We're all working together to make everything happen here, regardless of which end of a plant something's going on. Raw materials, finished products, partially finished products. It takes everybody out here together, pulling together to keep not just this country going, but with the worldwide economy that we're all in. We do supply the world. You may not think so. You may think that what you do isn't essential and not critical, but everybody out here is a vital link in this whole chain of everything that we do. So anyway, with that being said, I'm going to bail off here. We'll see if we can get some of the kinks worked out of this thing, and maybe I can start getting some guests on here, and I don't seem like I'm ADD or ADHD, like I need to be on Ritalin or something like that, because I'm not focused, because I am not a trained broadcast professional. I wing it as I go, and I call it the way I see it. Anyway, y'all be safe. Look out for each other, and in the words of Bill Weaver, shake a stranger's hand, and motor safely out there. Thank you guys. We'll try to be back next week, depending on my schedule. We'll see you.